Well, this is our project for the evening. We've spent the last few days, we're tearing up some old hay fields, some rented ground and some for a neighbor. And the moisture is fair, and it's tearing up pretty good. This is obviously, you can tell here, the first pass. And it's kind of hard to see, but it's a little lumpy. This field is actually working up probably the best of any of them so far, and it's probably looking like a 3-pass deal before we seed. But we're going to get 2 passes over it now with this disc, and then we're going to head back to the home place and we're going to get the drill going, and we're going to get our peas seeded next week, and then kind of get switched over for a little dab of spring wheat. And well, somewhere in the middle of that spring wheat, we'll probably hook on the disc, or possibly a different disc, maybe one with some harrows, a little bit better finishing disc, and cover some of these acres. And then after spring wheat is seeded, then we're going to start in on the lentil bonanza. The bulk of the acres this year are getting seeded lentils, and so we've got a lot of work ahead of us this spring still. We've got get the drill going, like I said, and weeds are growing, and the sprayer needs to be moving next week, applying some chemical probably as well. And then we're going to have acres to seed, acres to spray, acres to roll. We got a lot going on here about the next 3 weeks. We're going to try to fit this in, and hopefully things work good. See, it's getting dark here, but got the lights turned on and we can kind of see what we're doing pretty good. And got an auto steer here working at the old Tremble 250 with easy steer, and it works well. Sure takes a lot of the stress out and makes for a better day. I'm going to try to do a headland turn here without jostling you guys completely all over the place, but it's a little bumpy for sure. Especially on these headlands, because I kind of outlined the field a couple rounds first just to kind of define where I wanted to be, and then I was also curious on acres and wanted to kind of get it mapped out and see what we were working with. Currently we're in a, sorry about that. Currently we're in about a 33-acre field here, and I'm gonna try to get over it tonight here still, get the first pass done. And it's gonna tie in with an existing 25-acre field, 26, something like that. So it's going to give us a nice, about a 60-acre field here. It should be some nice farm ground. It's relatively flat and pretty good ground, and I think this is going to be a good project. We're currently sitting in the old 876 Ford Versatile, and we're pulling a 25-foot 596 International disc. And as you can tell here, it's bumpy. This is not the worst I've done either. This is probably one of the smoothest ones I've done, actually. I was able to actually pick up a gear today and travel about a mile and a half hour faster, which is doing a lot nicer job because it's rolling the dirt better and just an overall better job. And this disc pulls pretty good, but this land, like I said, is flat and good moisture, so I'm not having to just work this thing real hard. I know there's been some years I've broken some old CRP and some sawed-up, and I'm kind of running it wide open, but it's working pretty nice. We're running there about 1700 RPMs or so, just kind of cruising along. Got a couple of LED headlights in it that I really like, and actually I got a box of lights at home that need to go on this tractor. I want to put lights at least on all 4 fenders, possibly some more LEDs, kind of get this thing lit up better, especially when it comes to seeding. it's a lot nicer to have better lighting for sure. But it's a work in progress, and maybe if we catch a rainy day or something, we'll see if we can fit that in. But weather here, we've had a cold spell. Today was a high of about 30. Froze hard last night. Wind chills this morning were single digits. Supposed to freeze very hard again tonight. So I know a few guys that have done some spraying. They kind of have their sprayers tucked away in some good buildings and trying not to wreck them. And I also know that some of the pulse seeding is slowed down due to inoculants not working very well when it's this cold. So we've kind of had a little slowdown here, but I would say supposed to start warming up tomorrow and then get decent into next week. I think everybody's going to kind of be hitting it full force by then, and it's time. It's getting on here towards, I guess we're past the middle of April now, and it's time to be rolling. Everybody, I think, around this country is kind of getting antsy, and there's some seed definitely been going in the ground too. I'm never one of the first guys. Try not to be the last, I guess. But we have cattle also, and we've been doing quite a bit of calving, and they've been eating up some time, and just some other projects that we're trying to tie up, and getting over this ground is time consuming. It's slow. Obviously a 25-foot implement, you're not going to just cover hundreds of acres a day, and we've had some breakdowns. Currently right now, I'll get spun around this way. You can see I'm running with only one wheel out there. I had an axle stub break off. Should be two, but I'm running this thing pretty deep, actually as deep as it wants to go, so there's really no weight on the wheels much at all when it's in the ground. So I've been just going the last couple days, and it's been working. I need to get it home to the shop, and I can get it to the welder, and we'll get it put back together and braced up and gusseted, and it's going to be good. But this is not the ideal spot to be fixing. I'm about 20 miles from home base, so we're hoping that we can get over another 100 acres or so with it, and then road it home and get things patched up. So that's kind of how we're kicking this spring off. I did some videos last year and in the spring, and maybe a few through the summer, and then things really got hectic, and kind of when I'm all by myself doing most things, that it's hard to always video. I would have liked to have gotten some harvest videos. We covered a tremendous amount of acres with myself and a couple of neighbors that we're kind of teamed up with, and it would have been fun to have a lot of that, but I didn't get it. I'm hoping this year to do a better job and do a better job filming and getting videos edited and put up and available for people to enjoy and to get the chance to see what we're doing out here and what things are kind of like. So with that, thanks again for watching. Appreciate the views, and look forward to getting some more stuff on the channel this summer. So